Tonight, we're taking a deep dive into the game we love. The stories, the players, the moments that shaped basketball. This isn't about highlight reels or breaking news. It's about slowing down, taking the time to really look at the details, and letting the game unfold one moment at a time. So settle in, because we're about to walk through the life and career of one of the greatest shooters the game has ever seen. From his earliest days to the moments that made him a household name. This is the story of Steph Curry. Steph Curry is more than just a great player. He's a player who reshaped the way the game is played. Before Curry, the three-point shot was an option. After Curry, it became the centerpiece of modern basketball. His range is almost without limit, pulling up from well beyond the arc with the same confidence most players have from mid-range. It's not just the accuracy, it's the speed of his release, the way he finds space where there seems to be none. Defenses stretch farther than they ever have, and still the ball seems to find the bottom of the net. Kids on playgrounds, players in the pros, they all study his form, his footwork, hoping to capture even a fraction of what makes him so effective. Curry's name is known in every basketball conversation because his style of play didn't just win games, it changed them. That level of shooting skill wasn't born overnight. Steph grew up surrounded by the game. His father, Del Curry, was one of the NBA's most reliable shooters, and young Steph spent countless hours rebounding for him after practice, watching every detail. From the way his dad set his feet to the arc of the ball as it fell cleanly through the net. But Steph's journey wasn't without doubt. In high school, he was far from a star recruit. Scouts questioned his size, his strength, and even his ability to play point guard. The major college programs passed on him. Instead, he went to Davidson College, a small school with a modest basketball history. There, away from the bright lights, he honed his craft. Day after day in the gym, repetition after repetition. He built the confidence that would one day define him. By the time Davidson made its magical run in the 2008 NCAA tournament, Curry wasn't just a name to watch. He was a force that couldn't be ignored. After 3 seasons at Davidson, Steph Curry declared for the 2009 NBA draft. Some teams still questioned if his game would translate to the NBA. Was he too small? Could he handle the physicality of the league? The Golden State Warriors didn't see a problem. With the 7th overall pick, they selected Curry, betting on his shooting, his vision, and his work ethic. Those first few years in the league weren't the smoothest. Curry battled ankle injuries that kept him off the floor for long stretches. Some wondered if his body could hold up to the grind of an 82-game season. But through every setback, he stayed locked in, building his strength, refining his game, and quietly becoming the leader the Warriors needed. By 2013, the league started to notice. Curry's shooting performances became must-watch moments, and the term Splash Brothers, alongside Klay Thompson, was beginning to stick. By the mid-2000s teens, Steph Curry wasn't just a star. He was changing basketball in real time. In the 2014-15 season, Curry averaged 23.8 points, 7.7 assists, and 4.3 rebounds per game, while shooting over 44% from 3. His quick release and deep range made every shot a possibility, no matter where he stood on the court. He hit 286 three-pointers that season, breaking his own single-season record. And it wasn't just about the numbers. It was about how those threes felt. Momentum changers, crowd silencers, the kind of shots that made opposing coaches bury their heads in their hands. Alongside Klay Thompson, the other half of the Splash Brothers, Curry helped Golden State build one of the most lethal backcourts in NBA history. Draymond Green emerged as the defensive anchor, Andre Iguodala brought veteran leadership, and the team played with a pace and spacing the league hadn't seen before. That year, the Warriors won 67 games and captured their first NBA championship in 40 years, with Curry earning his first MVP award. The following season, Curry turned the impossible into routine. He became the first player in NBA history to make over 400 threes in a single season. 402 to be exact. He averaged 30.1 points per game, shooting 50% from the field, 45% from three, and 90% from the line. The elusive 50-40-90 club. And he did it all while barely playing in the fourth quarter of blowouts. In February 2016, Curry tied the NBA record for most threes in a single game with 12 against the Oklahoma City Thunder, including a game winner from well beyond 30 feet. It was the kind of shot kids try in their driveways, but Curry was hitting it under the brightest lights. Golden State finished that year 73-9, the best regular season record in NBA history. Even though the finals ended in heartbreak against Cleveland, Curry's style and dominance had already left their mark. After the 2016 finals loss, the Warriors made one of the most significant moves in NBA history, signing former MVP Kevin Durant. Some critics questioned how Curry, Durant, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green would share the spotlight. But Curry's unselfishness made the transition seamless. He didn't need the ball in his hands every possession to dominate. His off-ball movement, screens, and gravity pulled defenses apart, allowing Durant to thrive while still keeping the Warriors' identity intact. In the 2016-17 season, Curry averaged 25.3 points, 6.6 assists, and 4.5 rebounds, while hitting 324 three-pointers. Golden State won 67 games and stormed through the playoffs with a 16-1 record, one of the most dominant runs in NBA history. They captured the championship, with Durant taking Finals MVP honors, and Curry graciously celebrating his teammates' moment. The following year, Curry battled some injuries, but still averaged 26.4 points per game, shooting over 42% from three. In the 2018 finals, he had a memorable Game 2 performance against Cleveland, setting a finals record with 9 made threes. The Warriors swept the Cavaliers for their third title in 4 years. Even in the shadows of another superstar, Curry's presence was undeniable. His constant movement and ability to hit threes from any distance forced opposing defenses into impossible choices. Trap him, and someone else scored. Leave him, and the ball found the bottom of the net. By the end of the Durant era in 2019, Curry had 3 championships, 2 MVPs, and a reputation as the greatest shooter the game had ever seen. When Kevin Durant left for Brooklyn in the summer of 2019, the Warriors entered a new chapter. But the start was far from smooth. Klay Thompson was out with a torn ACL. Draymond Green battled nagging injuries, and in October 2019, Curry broke his hand just 4 games into the season. The Warriors, just months removed from 5 straight finals appearances, finished with the worst record in the league. For most players, a year like that might have signaled the beginning of the end. But for Curry, it became a chance to rest, recover, and sharpen his game. In the 2020-21 season, he returned with a vengeance. At 33 years old, he led the league in scoring at 32 points per game, dropping a career-high 62 points against the Portland Trail Blazers in January 2021. It was a reminder. Steph hadn't gone anywhere. By the next year, the Warriors were healthy again. Klay Thompson made his long-awaited return. Draymond was back to anchoring the defense, and young players like Jordan Poole added fresh energy. In the 2022 playoffs, Curry's brilliance shined brightest in the NBA Finals against the Boston Celtics. In Game 4, with Golden State trailing in the series, Curry delivered one of the greatest performances of his career. 43 points, 10 rebounds, and a shooting display that silenced the Boston crowd. The Warriors went on to win the series in 6 games, and for the first time, Curry was named Finals MVP. It was the missing piece in an already legendary career. That 4th championship, won without Durant and with a rebuilt roster, cemented his legacy. It proved he could win on any stage, with any group of teammates, and still play the game with joy, grace, and an unmatched shooting touch. While Curry's NBA career was filled with records and championships, he also left his mark on the international stage. His first taste of global basketball came in 2010, when he joined Team USA for the FIBA World Championship in Turkey. It was a roster stacked with young stars: Kevin Durant, Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook. Curry wasn't the team's primary scorer, but his quick release and court vision gave the US a dangerous weapon off the bench. Team USA went undefeated, winning gold for the first time since 1994. 4 years later, he returned for the 2014 FIBA World Cup in Spain. By then, he was a 2-time All-Star and one of the league's most feared shooters. Curry started every game, and once again, Team USA finished perfect, capturing another gold medal with a 37-point win over Serbia in the final. Despite his international success, Curry skipped the 2016 Olympics in Rio, choosing to rest and recover after a grueling NBA season. The same happened for Tokyo in 2021, where he supported the team from afar. Even without an Olympic appearance, Curry's influence on the global game is undeniable. Kids from Spain to China to Australia practice step-back threes, deep pull-ups, and off-ball cuts, because of the way he changed what was possible in basketball. And so, from the bright lights of the NBA Finals to the far corners of the globe with Team USA, Steph Curry's game has touched nearly every level of basketball. He's a 4-time NBA champion, 2-time MVP, and the all-time leader in three-pointers made. But beyond the records and trophies, Curry's true legacy lives in the way he plays. There's a joy to it, a freedom, a reminder that basketball, at its best, is still just a game. One where a player barely over 6 feet tall, in a league of towering giants, can change the sport forever, with skill, precision, and a smile. And somewhere tonight, in a driveway, a park, or a dimly lit gym, a kid is trying their own version of the Curry 3. The quick release, the deep range, the little hop backward. The ball arcs through the air, spinning toward the hoop, as the sound of sneakers on pavement echoes in the night. The shot goes up, and in that moment, every dream feels just a little bit closer. The ball arcs through the air, spinning toward the hoop, as the sound of sneakers on pavement echoes in the night. The shot goes up, and in that moment, every dream feels just a little bit closer. Years from now, when the bright lights fade, and the roar of the crowd is just a memory, Steph Curry will still find his way to a court. Maybe it'll be a quiet morning in the Bay Area, before the sun has fully risen. The gym lights will hum faintly overhead. The hardwood will shine, and he'll be there, dribbling softly, taking shots from the corners, and watching them drop through the net. With the same easy rhythm he's had his whole life. There might be no cameras, no jerseys for sale, no fans rushing for autographs. Just the sound of the ball, bouncing, swishing, rolling back to him. Maybe his kids will join in. Or maybe he'll be teaching some wide-eyed teenager the footwork for a perfect pull-up jumper. The lessons will be the same: patience, consistency, and the belief that no shot is too far if you're willing to take it. And in those quiet moments, it won't matter how many rings he's won or how many records he's set, because the love for the game will still be there, alive, warm, and timeless.